It was to be implemented in phases to avoid the ripple effect, which is what you saw. You saw banks having to let go of many of their staff. You saw this set of people in government. They won. And then the excitement of the victory, they didn't drop it on May 29.
Well, what say you to the fact that, for a number of people, they say that part of the reasons why people are complaining that corruption had beneficiaries, and that when this free money ceased, quite a number of people will complain that, they have not been seeing their source of income as the case might be.
When you say corruption is the reason why people are not seeing free money, are you saying buying $1 at this ridiculous rate is something good? We should clap about it? Because I don't get when you say corruption. Private businessmen are. A friend of mine from Asaba called me in February. He was invited by the EFCC. What happened? He had a business transaction with some foreign company, and they gave him a facility of $1.3 million, which was about 400 million naira then. And then he had paid the 400 million naira at the rate of 200 naira per dollar. A year after paying over 400 million, it was, in fact, all his accounts were shut down by the EFCC. Do you understand? Do you call him a corrupt person? He's not even a member of the PDP.
By the EFCC?
Yes.
Okay. Well, just wondering though, because a number of people will say that farmers have been, at the lucky end of certain, some of the policies of this particular government. Right now, we hear that, yam is being exported. We understand. I mean, I'm asking
but, there are some certain things. You know why I laugh? Because just on Friday,
yes,
I sent my people to Gosa Market. And you don't just want to. Are you saying we're exporting? Are you saying we are actually self-sufficient in food production? Are we feeding well? Are Nigerians okay? You're buying a tuber of yam for 800 naira. In 16 years of PDP, not once did you buy a tuber of yam for 500 naira.
Some people are saying that is the way people will go back to the farm, that they have to realize that farming is profitable.
So while the whole world is going into space, while technology is taking over all over the world, they are sending us back to the farm. Is that progress or retrogression? There's nothing wrong. I'm just asking.
What is wrong with going back? You just asked the question, does that mean that we're self-sufficient in food production?
Yes.
Now, we want to go to space, but we cannot feed our people. What sort of policies are we thinking?
What happened to the e-wallet of the PDP that made sure that government products that were given to farmers got to them? What happened to it?
No, I should ask you.
You should ask the APC government. This government came
because what
and
they say, what the APC government says is that they've kept largely a lot of the policies of Mr. Additional, who is now at the AFDB, yes. And he has come around and he seems to be very supportive of what this government is doing,
he has to be
especially
supportive.
In agriculture.
He has to be supportive.
Will he be supportive of lies?
It's not about lies. It's about not being truthfully open to Nigerians. Whatever the government says.
You're accusing him of not
I
being
am not
truthful?
accusing him. You cannot, don't bring me into, I'm not accusing him. What I'm saying is, Mr. Femi Adesina is a professional. His own is to give advice. He's not a politician. So don't expect him to get enmeshed in this PDP or APC something. I'm a politician. And I'm telling you that whatever the government is saying, what are Nigerians saying on the street? What is the ordinary man saying about the cost of food price? We've heard this English, we've heard all this propaganda during the campaigns and everything. I am asking, how much is a bag of rice?
So what you're saying is that as far as you're concerned, you see nothing good that the government has done?
What is good that they have done? The good thing they've done is helping us to demystify the person of President Muhammadu Buhari. It's a beautiful thing they've done.
As far as you're concerned, you see nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing.
What do you want me to talk about?
I'm just asking.
Do you want us to go through
the... Not in the area of electricity provision, not in the area of job provision. I'm just asking.
I've not had light in my house since Thursday.
Why haven't you had electricity in your
house? I don't know.
You haven't bothered to ask PHCN people what is going on? I'm just asking.
You see, I wish I didn't come here as a PDP member. I wish I came here as a tax-paying Nigerian, so that you can actually accept the objectivity of my verdict on this government. Everyone is crying. It's not magic to give good governance to Nigerians. It's not rocket science.
So what would you say the PDP will be proposing then?
A government of the people, not of 5, 6 people. A government of Nigerians, a government for Nigerians. A PDP president will not go all over the world saying all Nigerians are criminals. It's not possible. You don't. Which investor will look at you? Okay, look at the way they are managing the health of the president.
Because, you know, the PDP has been in government before now. They have been, you know, they've governed for 16 years, and at some point, you acknowledged, you say the people got tired. I mean, because I asked you, what did they get tired of? Did they get tired of being prosperous? And you say, no, that's not it. So the question is, what do you think, going from the years of the PDP, the fact that the people rejected that party in 2015, how do you think that you're going to make a comeback now and say that, look, we think we can do better, we can do far better than this party has done, and perhaps we can even do far better than we did in the last 16 years?
Number one is we've learned our lessons as a party.
What are the lessons?
Realizing that no matter how big you become, no matter how successful as a political party that you become, there should never be a disconnect between you and the electorate and the people. Never. So we probably might have taken things for granted, whatever it was. The PDP was moving this nation. CNN money adjudged us as the fastest growing economy in Africa.
An economy that was growing on what? Oil money?
Whatever it was being managed. It wasn't just oil money. It wasn't just oil. We had beautiful agricultural policies. It wasn't just oil money.
But we felt self-sufficient as a result of it.
We had, I think Nigerians were not hungry under the PDP. For 16 years of PDP, you never heard the word recession. Even when there was global economic meltdown, the PDP brought in the best brains to manage our economy. It didn't take a hit on us.
Are you being very honest when you say that?
If you have contrary facts,
because I remember that in the Yaradua years, when the price of oil sank, and it was also the years of a global economic meltdown, one of the things that saved this country was the fact that there was a very healthy excess crude account, and we also had very healthy foreign reserves. The question is, what did your party leave for this current government to be able to weather the storm when there was actually another storm coming?
I think what I'll ask is, there was a handover note from the former president to this president,
which detailed the excess crude account,
detailed
or what was
every
left there?
kobo that was left for them. I do not want, because if the former president up to date has not come out to openly say, I left this amount in so account, I want the APC government to actually say, this is what we got from the people.